Welcome back, people. In this video, we will see how to manipulate and change the styles of HTML elements. We already saw how to select an element using JavaScript. Now, let's see how to manipulate the elements. Every single CSS property can be changed dynamically using JavaScript. So, let's look at an example. First, let's go to our website and press inspect. This will bring us the console. So, here, what we are going to do is document.query selector, and inside we have given the input of h1. This selects the heading tag alone. So here we tap into style.color and give it a value of blue. Let's press enter and see what happens now. So as you can see, the color gets changed to blue. The naming convention that we use in JavaScript is called camel casing. Look at the query selector. Here, the Q is in lowercase, but the S is in uppercase. We will be using camel casing to represent even the CSS property in JavaScript. For example, font size. So let's select the same h1 dot style dot font uppercase S and size. So this will be used to change the font size. So let's give it a value of 10 REM. So now let's press enter. So you're not going to give a space in between. This will increase the size of the font to 10 REM. To know more about how to write CSS property in JavaScript, let's head to HTML DOM style object in W3 schools. So here we have all the CSS property names and how to be written in JavaScript. So the background color is written as background and C in uppercase color. Similarly, the border image is border uppercase I image. This is how you write a CSS property name in JavaScript. Let's go back to the code. In the console, you can also note that value 10 is represented as a string and not as a number. Now what we will do is change the color of the button to blue. So this is how you change the background color of a element. Next, we will see about separation of concerns. We already talked about separation of concerns when we were learning CSS. To keep the code simple and tidy at all the times, we use the idea of separation of concerns, which means HTML is used for content, CSS for styling, and JS for behavior. We've been using JS to style the elements dynamically, but that is not always recommended. We should use CSS to style. So, what should be done in order to change the style of the element dynamically? We already know that a single element can have multiple classes. So, first we will look at class list. Let's go back to the console. So, we already know the button has a class of, let's go to the code. Here you can see the button has class of btn. What we will do is dot class list. This will give a list of all the classes that are associated with a particular element, in this case button. So now let's add another class to the button element. So we now have two classes btn and change that are associated with the button element. So now we have two classes btn and change that are associated with the button element. So let's go to styles.css. Here we have given a value of background color as green. Now let's go back to the console. This will change the button's background color to green. We can also remove the class. So it is similar to add, but the keyword is remove. This will remove the change class out of the button element. We also have something called toggle. So what toggle will do is it adds a class if it is not already available. So currently we don't have the change class associated with the button. So if we press enter, it adds the toggle, I mean the change class into the button element. If we toggle change again, it will remove change class out of the button element. We can also manipulate the attributes of an element using JavaScript. Everything that goes inside the tag other than the tag name itself is called attribute. So let's first see what are the attributes that are defined within the element. To do that, we will write document.querySelector. Instead of button, we will give anchor tag dot attributes. So we have href as the attribute that is associated with the anchor tag. So to get the value of the attribute, we will write document.querySelector anchor tag dot get attribute and the name of the attribute that is href. So if we press enter, we get the link that is associated with the href attribute as the output. To change the value, use dot set attribute. So it is the same as get attribute. Instead of get, we will put set, and this has two arguments. One is href, which is the name of the attribute, and the other one is the link that is to be changed. So now we have a different link. So let's enter and then go to the anchor tag and press learn. The link is now changed from www.google.com to supporting tech YouTube channel. I hope you would have learned how to get and set attributes of any elements. So with this, we will end the video. Thank you for watching. Do like, share and subscribe to Supporting Tech.